Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. At the outset, my sincere congratulations to the Guru and the Shishya for giving us a wonderful evening. And I think the audience joined with me, and we could all sense that the moment, without any prompting, the audience broke into the beat during the Mangalam. Everyone was engrossed, and that showed. So thank you very much, Preeta ji, and your wonderful Shishya who has been trained by you with passion. Friends, this was a memorable evening for me personally. I have been part of several Arangetrams of this kind. However, what struck me the most here was the kind of precision, the precision that went into everything. It was clockwork. 5:59 p.m. this evening, people were standing here and there and talking. But then exactly at 6 p.m., there came a voice from the Guru, and the entire hall fell into immediate silence, and the program commenced before the start of the next minute. I'm really amazed of this kind of a precision, and I personally feel this makes this a unique tradition and a unique occasion. The Indian arts and culture have values embedded in them, and maintaining the time sense is one of those virtues, one of those values which draws a very strong foundation for the growth not only of an individual but for the legacy itself. And what a beautiful Arangetram it was. A pretty string of songs and dances panning across the Indian pantheon. Shiva was there, Krishna was there, Muruga was there, Shakti was there, and it started with Ganapati. In fact, the entire Shanmata was in some way or the other present inside that capsuled Arangetram. The queen of the evening, I would say, I would call the Guru the Maharani, but then this little girl is the queen of this evening, the queen who had been very well trained and made to follow the steps of the Maharani here. And I see a very bright future for this little girl. She has been rightly called Aishwarya. She has the Aishwaryam of all that goes into dance and culture and value in her. Her footwork is exemplary, and I think the credit goes to the Guru too for making the Shishya perform to that kind of precision. And we could see, all of us from the audience could see that Aishwarya was enjoying herself. She was dancing, no doubt, but then she was also enjoying herself. In fact, all through these 1.5 hours, a little over 1.5 hours, there was so much of anxiety writ on the face of the Guru, because it is the responsibility of the Guru and it is her foster daughter who's dancing. And until it broke into Mangalam, I just could not see anything else except so much of anxiety on the face of the Guru. I think now she is relieved, and thanks Aishwarya for giving that pleasure to your Guru. She deserves it, and you too deserve whatever you are today. One other thing which caught my attention specifically, I'm not trying to praise Preeta ji because I don't have to. I had known her for quite some time, though we had not met frequently and interacted. But what touched me, in fact, is the Tilana. On one side, it proved Preeta ji's training of Aishwarya and Aishwarya taking up the art so well. On the other side, I'm touched by the passion that the Guru has to bring in Rukmini Attai here. It was all because of Rukmini Devi Arundale that Bharatanatyam has acquired the glory that it has today. If not for her, probably this amount of glory would not have come in. It could have come in smaller ways, but not to the extent that we see as to what Bharatanatyam is. Prior to the times when Rukmini Devi brought it to the forefront, it was just Sadir. Sadir performed here and there and not given the kind of respect that it deserves. Today we talk of Bharatamuni, today we talk of Natya Shastra and all that. But then prior to Rukmini Attai, it was not the situation. And it's extremely befitting that Preeta ji decided to have this Tilana. Thanks very much, Preeta ji, because this is what one learns from a perfect Guru. The legacy that has to continue. And if a Guru like Preeta ji makes her Sishyas understand the importance of the tradition and the legacy by bringing in the Tilana as part of the Arangetram, then I'm sure the legacy would continue, not merely continue, but then continue to expand and continue to encompass many other things. So that's one thing which I think, one thing for which Preeta ji deserves an extra round of applause. Thank you. The specific items chosen for the Arangetram, as I said earlier, all of them, all the godheads in the pantheon had come. But then those small little things, and I should really commend the Master of Ceremonies for bringing in all those small little things in such a lovely way. And then there was some kind of, an unspoken understanding that went in. And she said something about Kavava, Kandavava, Devane, Manala. And then we could see that small smile on the lips of Aishwarya when she performed for that particular line, Devane, Manala. The kind of understanding that went in, and I'm sure that had percolated from the Guru only. And a wonderful collection of songs which are nuanced, at the same time songs which are comfortable. Sometimes nuanced rendition may not be that very comfortable from the standpoint of the audience or the standpoint of the performer, but then these were wonderful pieces, and Aishwarya did her best, performed the best for each of the pieces. And one other thing which I would want to congratulate Aishwarya on, it's not a joke, it's not an easy thing to dance for about a little over 1.5 hours. And, it's very easy to sit there and comment. But all of us know, even sitting in a comfortable chair, none of us could sit, the same way we started when we started at 6 p.m. We would have kind of moved here, this way, that way, swayed and all that. But then dancing for over 1.5 hours, there would have been some kind of a pain here, there, something, some muscle pulling, some tendon cracking. But then nothing came on the face of Aishwarya. That is what is much commendable. She was smiling, all the time smiling. Comfortably smiling. And that's a very wonderful sign, a good sign that the performer has. And I wish Aishwarya more and more of growth. My only request to the parents and Aishwarya today is that, very often people start, and then after some time studies will pick up. And people will say, no, I've just kept the dance ennama panna, paattu paadiniyama 2 varsham munnala ennama aachu, மூட்டை கட்டி பரனில் வச்சுட்டேன். இந்த மூட்டை கட்டி பரனில் வைக்கிறது வேண்டாம். Please continue, for which I'm sure your family would definitely support you. And I should also especially congratulate the ensemble of musicians. From the name, I could gather Shri Hebar is a Kannadiga, but then nowhere could we find a little deviation from all those Tamil lyrics. When he started with Shivapuranam of Manikavachagar and continued to Papanasham Shivan with Kavava, Kandavava, அப்படியே ஒரு தமிழர் பாடுற மாதிரி தான் இருந்தது. So that was, especially in dance. In a music performance கூட அந்த வார்த்தை கொஞ்சம் மாறினா it's okay. It will not be seen glaringly. But in dance, that word, அதுக்கு கை பிடிக்கணும். ஃபுட்வொர்க் மட்டும் இல்லை, அந்த கை பிடிக்கிறதும் ரொம்ப அழகாக இருந்தது அந்த அபிநயம்லாம். அந்த கை பிடிக்கணும்னா that word has to be very clearly pronounced, and then the audience will have to receive both. So that way, the musicians, very ably supported by Sri Balakrishna on the Mridangam, and Dr. Skanda Prasad. I learned Dr. Skanda Prasad is an engineer by, chemical engineer by profession, but then I don't know what chemicals he put into that flute. It was a lovely, Krishna came in here, and Mridangatila, I just got reminded, Nandi Mattalam Kotta Madri irundhathu. So, thank you very much for the wonderful orchestra too, and Natavangam by Preeta ji. That was, correct. Romba illa, korachalavu illa. The correct proportion. That was very nice, and I also take this opportunity to congratulate the co-students or the fellow passengers of Aishwarya from the Samarpana Dance Academy, because it's always the kind of support that you get from your fellow students. So that was very nice, and I also congratulate the parents. The parents require a lot of passion and push. Only with that push, it becomes possible. And I don't know, Sri Narsimachari, Vasantalakshmi Narsimachari சொல்வார் எப்போதும், சுதாமா இந்த அரங்கேற்றம் இருக்கே இது ஒரு கல்யாணம்மா அப்படிம்பார். இட்ஸ் லைக் கல்யாணம் பண்ணுற மாதிரி, பொண்ணுக்கு எவ்வளோ பார்த்து கல்யாணம் பண்ணணும். கல்யாணம் பண்ணும்போது கூட சில விஷயங்கள்லாம் விட்டுடலாம், பட் அரங்கேற்றத்தில் பார்த்து பண்ணணும். ஸோ ஒரு கல்யாணத்தை நடத்தியிருக்கீங்க, கங்க்ராச்சுலேஷன்ஸ். அண்ட் I think most important will be the support that comes from the brother. I was just talking to them this afternoon. ஏதாவது டான்ஸ் மூவ்ஸ் எல்லாம் சொல்லி கொடுத்தியாப்பா நீன்னு கேட்டேன். ஆமாம், நான் கூட சில மூவ்ஸ் எல்லாம் சொல்லி கொடுத்தேன், அதுதான் ஷீ இஸ் டான்ஸிங் அப்படின்னு. I think he had imbibed a little dance from the sister also. And all the band of family members who would have supported her. Aishwarya, please be thankful, forever be thankful to your guru and to your family. Small little things that they would have adjusted. Adu perusa theriyadu, but the contribution would be very great. And be ever thankful to a wonderful guru who has given you a very special identity today. I wish all the best to Aishwarya, and my very sincere pranams once again to Preeta ji for a beautiful evening that you have given, and the family, and especially my friend Aishwarya's Attai, my friend Jyoti Lakshmi. Aishwarya எவ்வளோ டான்ஸ் ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணாங்களோ எனக்கு தெரியாது, ஆனால் ஜோதி லக்ஷ்மி ஒரு நாள் கூட என்னை காண்டாக்ட் பண்ணாமல் விடலை. நீங்கள் இங்கே ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணுற மாதிரி அங்கே அவங்க she will continuously be in touch. And when we had some difficulties with the airlines and all that, she said, எப்படியாவது போயிடலாம். At one point, I even thought Jyoti Lakshmi will transform herself to an Anjaneya and then lift me and bring me here to Bengaluru. So thanks for all that love and affection shown by everyone. And audience, I suppose each one of us enjoyed. And thank you very much. I enjoyed the day and I enjoyed the divine evening. Thank you, Preeta ji. And congratulations, Aishwarya.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words.